Hi guys, I'm back again to do another review. It's been a while since I've done a proper review. The last film review I think I did on here was for the film, Attack the Block, it must have been. And anyway, since then I've been to the cinema 2 times. This review will be of 1 time, and I went today to see the film X-Men First Class, but I'm saving that for my superheroes review. Very good film, by the way, but anyway, I'll get more detail on that. Anyway, this review will be of the review of the latest Pirates of the Caribbean on Stranger Tides. Now, I went to see Pirates of the Caribbean on Stranger Tides about 2 weeks ago now. And the reason I haven't done the review up until now is because of, well, I didn't know whether to save it for a separate review because I've heard there's more coming out, or whether to do a straight one and then do another one for the other ones that are maybe coming out. Anyway, the film I thought was very good. It's the 4th in the series. I don't think it's as good as the first, but I think it's better than the last 2, Dead Man's Chest and At World's End. Basically, the plot of this is that Captain Jack Sparrow basically arrives in London, and apparently there's someone, an imposter posing as him, trying to set up an expedition to try and go to the Fountain of Youth. And basically what happens is that Jack gets captured by the government and brought before the king, and the King of England basically says to him, you've got to stop the Spanish getting to the Fountain of Youth, because the Spanish are also after it. Motives unclear. But the British don't want the Spanish finding it first. Anyway, they get Jack Sparrow because they think he's got the map which will lead them to the Fountain of Youth, and then they say that Jack will become part of a crew that will be going to the Fountain of Youth, but not the captain. He won't be the captain. The captain will be none other than Barbossa, who has been brought into the Navy as a privateer, and he will be the captain that will take them to the Fountain of Youth. Anyway, Jack ends up finding the imposter, and it turns out to be a girl, this woman, played by Penelope Cruz. Anyway, she's basically imposed as an imposter, but what she's doing is she's getting crew for Blackbeard's ship, the Queen Anne's Revenge, and we find out that this girl is Blackbeard's daughter. So anyway, Jack gets aboard the Queen Anne's Revenge, and eventually we get to meet Blackbeard. Blackbeard, played by Ian McShane, who's a very good actor, and I thought it was great, a very imposing figure, and they've got a lot of the supernatural elements about Blackbeard. They've got a lot of supernatural things added to him, like he has this sword which can make the rigging of the ship come to life like snakes and like lasso the crew and stuff. Really cool. And anyway, so they've got the pirates, the Spanish and the British all on their way to try and find the Fountain of Youth. Yeah, but there's a lot of things happening along the way, and it's a very interesting journey. A lot of stuff happens. I'm not going to ruin it. But anyway, it goes on from there. I thought it was really cool. There's a lot of action, and the acting, some of the actors were brilliant. Of course, Johnny Depp as Captain Jack Sparrow, you can't go wrong with him. I mean, he is the Pirates of the Caribbean. Without him, there's no Pirates of the Caribbean. And you've got Ian McShane, who was Blackbeard, Penelope Cruz as his daughter. I think her name's Angelique or something like that. Kevin McNally is back as Mr. Gibbs, who I thought was a great sort of character as well. They also have Keith Richards in it. He comes back for one scene. It's a great joke between them that you can see in the trailers, which is basically Jack asks him, have you ever been to the Fountain of Youth? Captain T just looks over at him and goes, does this face look like it's been to the Fountain of Youth? and then Jack just goes, "It depends on the light." You know, that was a great bit. Anyway, but the problem is there are these two. This is the one problem. One part of the story made them have to go and get a mermaid, and it turns out one member of the crew is like a deeply religious bloke. He's you know, and anyway, he ends up, there's this sort of love story that between this guy and the mermaid. They're sort of brought in like the sort of relieves for Orlando Bloom and Keira Knightley, this sort of love story that's going on, and personally I didn't think it needed it. I mean, no, don't get me wrong, their acting was good, but it was part of the story, aspect of the story that I didn't know if the film needed it. Would it have been better if they didn't have it? You know, stuff like that. Anyway, the sword fighting, great. Special effects, great. I love the fighting in this. A lot of the fights. There's a lot of Jack stuff. I mean, of course, Jack's famous for doing almost impossible things, like, I don't know, riding a cannon into something, or, you know, stuff like that. It doesn't actually happen, I don't think. But anyway, stuff like that. That's what Jack's famous for. There's quite a lot of that in this movie. There's quite a lot of sword fighting. There's quite a lot of really good action sequences and a lot of good character development. And it's really good. And a lot of them, like Barbossa, has his own personal reasons for going after Blackbeard. Anyway, it goes on from there. Really good movie. Really check it out. Great sword fighting, great action, great story. Except that love story, which I think could have been taken out, but a very good movie on the whole. This will be the end of the review. Reviews that I've got coming up. I'll do my superhero review once I've seen Captain America, the Captain America coming out this year, the Green Lantern coming out this year as well, and the 1997 film Spawn. I have heard it's not very good, but I want to see it anyway. Anyway, that will be that. I'll also be doing a redo of my Nightmare on Elm Street and Friday the 13th review once I've seen Part 9, Jason Goes to Hell. I'll be doing a review of the Alien and Predator films again. I'll be redoing them because I think they weren't as good as before, you know, my skills have gone over. And Terminator's coming up as well. There are some films that I've been, I've got to get online. I've got to get the rest of the Chucky films, the Jeepers Creepers films. They've all been recommended to me saying, can you get these films by a guy, I think he's called Peter Freakout. He's a great guy, really check him out. He does sort of reviews. He's done the reviews, he's doing the ones on Friday the 13th, but they're sort of a mishmash, you know what I mean? He's sort of mixing it up a little, not doing one video on one series, and, you know, he's doing a video on individual films, and he mixes it up by splicing it like he's done Friday the 13th, then he did like Jaws, and then, you know, stuff like that. But anyway, he's really good. Sorry if I sound like I'm rushing. I really, you know, I don't mean to sound like I'm rushing, but I want the video, you know, to be not as long as some other videos I make. Anyway, that's that. I'll be doing reviews soon. I'll be seeing Captain America and Green Lantern when they come out. I'll be seeing quite a few films, and the next Transformers. I'll be doing a Transformers review after I've seen the next one. Anyway, see you guys, and rock on, and check out Pirates of the Caribbean on Stranger Tides. Bye.